Hello and welcome to Media Watch BBC edition, inspired by Linton Besser's ABC Australia program. I'm coming to you from the digital concentration camp that has been established by the Australian Labor Party and their media apparatus, now known and hijacked property, formerly known as the ABC, now known as the International Linton Besser Nazi Appreciation Society. You won't mind, I'm just getting ready to shave my head. I've picked out my striped pajamas and I'm coming at you to give a BBC take on what's happening down in the colony. Well, this morning I've watched. I'll put the shaver down. Obviously, my clothes. I've been deloused, and I've been carrying a wet bag of salt from one side of the concentration camp to the other side. I've been trying to attempt communication with my Nazi overlords, otherwise known as Honourable Member for the Labor Party of Kingsley. And I'm waiting for a reply. But in the meantime, I thought I might write this note and shove it in the bricks of the concentration camp that I find myself in the hopes that the British people will be informed appropriately to the goings-on of Australia. Australia has been infiltrated by Wall Street, chemical companies, agricultural companies, and it's really been completely invaded for one reason: convicts. Convicts were given large patches of land. They were given the bounty of Australia. They cleared the land too much. They tried to make wool for jumpers that we don't even need. You POMs needed the jumpers, and now you don't even use it. Now you wear active wear made by fucking Bill Gates or something like that. But still, the Australian farmer is stuck on the perpetual fucking rabbit wheel, whilst, avoiding rabbit plagues and mouse plagues and Patterson's curse and all types of things, so that we can provide the English people with woolen jumpers that they're not even wearing. But as convicts and descendants of convicts, obviously, we're very subject to the, misinformation and projected nonsense coming from a hijacked and captured broadcasting channel, formerly known as the ABC, and the trust that was really built over decades and a century of broadcasting has been utilised in order to distribute these chemicals and these concepts to Australian farmers, considering that for a lot of time the only station that they could get was ABC. The city-dwelling communist overlord CCP cock-sucking cowboys have decided to project their nonsense into the greater region of Australia, the region that your convict, loaf of bread nicking second cousin, great grandfather once removed was sent all the way down to the colonies for. And if you've got that old antique woolen jumper, there's a fair chance that it's made from Australian merino wool. Now, the presentation in question this morning was about African lovegrass. Now, this is the thing that the media, especially communist, socialist, Nazi media, love to do, is they love to identify a racial element. And obviously, African is meant to inspire fearsome African Islamic machine gun wielding madmen. This is seen in the Africanized bee effect as well, which is to invoke a fearsome competitor. It was explained to be absolutely horrendously flammable. It burns like kerosene. It is a danger to the fucking entire world, and it is, squashing the native grasses, a bit like the colonizers squashed the native people, and replaced their fucking wonderful native grasslands and wetlands and things like that, and lakes and waterways, with concentration camps that I find myself in here. So, a lot of things going on. Linton Besser, I don't know whether you've got the memo about this particular response to your actions on Australian soil, but hey, I'll flick it through and maybe you can read it. Maybe it'll go to the top of your Temu catalogue, and I don't know, your Nazi Hugo Boss outfit that you're going to put on in order to goose step your way across our screens. African lovegrass, so it's flammable, right? It's biomass, it's carbon, it was made to stabilise the roots, which it does because it has obviously a large root structure in the soil. So it's actually, creating soil, which is carbon, unless you burn it. and then it's kind of carbon neutral because it obviously captures the carbon, and then when you burn it, it's the same. It's unlike, digging up coal or creating solar panels with coal. This love grass is an opportunity that is being missed because of this concentrated top to bottom distribution flow all the way from Wall Street in New York City, which is now obviously, overseen by a communist Muslim Islamic dictator. And I don't know, in the office with another bloke that is throwing his weight around as well. But basically, the only thing I saw in this advertisement that the ABC like to present as impartial, non-biased, non-commercial journalism was some big logos they literally, like this is a product I'm going to place in the thing. This is Go Blonder, which I better quickly put in so that I can, keep up with my Aryan God fucking Nazi thing, and maybe I'm going to be able to sneak out of this concentration camp. But this is product placement. When you place a product with a brand name right in front of a camera like this for a hideous herbicide chemical that is produced and marketed, distributed in another country, and this is the only thing seen to be seen of an African thing. You are actually participating in kind of environmental Nazism. Environmental Holocaust is taking place to the descendants of the British convicts that were sent here and are really being forced to defend well beyond their capabilities vast tracts of degraded land that have, as I said before, only produced woolly jumpers that we don't need because it's so damn fucking hot here. Now, we also don't need fire here because it's so hot. But what we do have is a mass flammable kerosene carbon neutral product here that is being misappropriated to create wool that we don't need. Perhaps there is a solution here if innovators in the environmental and in the technological and the robotics and agricultural sustainable interconnected marketplace, that London used to be famous for. London used to be famous for a whole lot more things than just getting your phone nicked or getting stabbed on a train. It used to be the hub for international commerce and trade and distribution. Now, all we need to really do is figure out how to mow down in an automated fashion this African love grass and create a kind of powdered form of this dry carbon that can be used to power machinery on other farms to offset the fuel costs and all these things, to down-regulate the use of pesticides. And, we need to create a supply and demand situation that accurately reflects the current marketplace. And we can't do this when we have a socialized communist CCP, Linton Besser fucking, Nazi fucking Heil Hitler fucking ABC distributing this fucking nonsense. The ABC does not sell products. I'm not the ABC, so I can sell you this John Frieda, London, Paris, New York, Go Blonde Nazi in a bottle. This will turn you into a blonde super Aryan god that can intercede in this fucking CCP illusionary concept of Media Watch and spray it right in your fucking eyes like a fucking Kalashnikov or whatever the physical military, representatives are using on this on the ground warfare against international Nazism and international communism and closed marketplace, all these things. Basically, we don't want our land poisoned. We don't want our farmers brainwashed. There was even a mention that the farmers are going to go to the gun cabinet and kill themselves, which is, again, this is psychological warfare. And we really need to start dropping bombs on the ABC headquarters just whenever you're ready. If Winston Churchill was here, he would be fucking screaming it from the rooftops of London, like, chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. On the rooftops of London, coup, what a sight. Whatever, all that type of Mary Poppins rhetoric that we need to spread around the empire. The empire will stand in defense of this ridiculousness in the hijacking of our intellectual broadcasting unit of down here at the colony. We shall rise up and push these communists back into their urban squalor that they have caused, and the demand for their lentils and bullshit and all of their fucking halal crap is going to end on this day. Linton Besser, it is requested that you immediately surrender yourself and that you stop pretending that you're a fucking Australian. You stop pretending that you're a continuation of the ABC. Stop abusing our farmers. Stop fucking selling fucking fertilizer and fucking chemicals and bullshit, you absolute fucking cocksucker. Who the fuck do you think you are? This fucking bullshit is coming to an end. I spent 10 years voluntarily, independently, going to the depths of cutting edge science to do with sustainable agriculture, and I was dispossessed of my father's property by my mentally ill, welfare supported mother, 50-year spruiker of a fucking pharmaceutical final solution, and her fucking retarded barren fucking daughter who works for the Department of Agriculture and Primary Industry in Western Australia, whose main job is to make sure that the unimpeded flow of chemicals from Wall Street are applied vigorously across our Australian landscape under the false guise of puritanical fucking Nazi environmentalism. The idea that you're grazing cows on natural grasses or sheep on natural grasses, but these African love grass is this hideous fucking colonizer, is the depths of the virus that occupies your fucking Nazi brains. You are all very, very, very ill. There are war crimes being committed across the fucking country. The people of the country have guns and they're pointed at you. Make no fucking mistake of this fact. We will push you back. We will push you into the little fucking gulags that you distribute and you expect the Australian hardworking pioneer families to occupy as you torment them with your psychological fucking tomfoolery. It's over. Get the fuck out. Surrender, put your hands behind your back, and all of this can go smoothly. You keep presenting this fucking shit to the Australian people, and you're all gonna fucking die. I suggest you go and look at the fucking building yesterday where I fucking predicted from beyond time and space that a fucking giant flaming fucking ball of fire would land in St. Mary's. I go and encourage you to look at the depths of the preparation that we've done to defend our land. And I insist that please do not be mistaken by my concentration camp, shower, death camp fucking appearance. I am a hideously prepared fucking defender of this nation and of the empire that birthed it. Get the fuck out of our systems. Go and wash your mouth out with soap and just fuck off. This has been Media Watch BBC edition. From Kingsley to the United Kingdom, with love. God save the King.